Hello everybody, this is Eldritch Yeti, and to round out February, we're going to be doing a mega episode of Project Plus, Project M stuff, because originally I was debating about making my own build, and I realized that's not worth all that effort just for one video, so we're going to be tackling it in a few different, hard cut ways to show off a couple builds I like. First one is the Legacy. No, this is not Legacy. Legacy is going to be the next one. This is just Project Plus. I think this is the most recent edition, and with that they have a whole bunch of new beautiful skins, new beautiful renders. Knuckles, if you stop following Project M, it was a huge mod that basically went ahead and made Brawl more like Melee, and then after a while it was shown that there was going to be some new characters coming after they, rebalanced everyone in the core roster and remade Mewtwo and Roy from the ground up. So they originally were going to do Knuckles, Lyn from Fire Emblem, Knuckles from... No, not Knuckles, sorry. Isaac from Golden Sun, Lyn from Fire Emblem, and then Sammy from Advanced Wars. But around that time, once that build leaked, ended up getting canceled or Nintendo put a cease and desist, I think. Either that or they just were afraid of it. So they stopped. And then after a whole bunch of years of going by, the community decided we want to keep this game alive and decided we are going to go ahead and make our own build. We're going to finish Knuckles proper, which for the little bit that I played, because I was kind of already out of the scene at that point, just because when Project M got canceled, it hit me hard, because I loved Project M. It's probably my first official mod I've ever played. Got me into competitive Smash, for people who do not know. Overall, it also made me closer with certain friends. This became the thing that I did. I tried competing, which, as you can tell by that beautiful move right there, did not go well. But yeah, Project M, Project Plus, mainly Project M, has always had a special place in my heart, in my gaming sphere. So I just wanted to go ahead. I wanted to do it justice, and I saved the best for last. And with Project Plus, because when it came out, I did kind of resurgence, and there were some characters that the changes I was not crazy about. There were some other characters that, made me feel... Perhaps I treated you too harshly. And so, but again, at that point, I really didn't have people playing anymore. And it was kind of hard to go ahead and keep that going. Actually, I'll do one more just to show off. In case you've never seen Project M before, I will do some characters that are going to shock you. We're going to do, 4 characters. We're going to do him, and let's see. Beautiful stages. One of my favorite stages. And again, the fact that they handmade this, but they will let me. There we go. So ice mode. It was something that they were working on. Well, they finished it. I don't know if there was ever going to be more development past that, because there's a handful of moves that get affected by Samus now having her ice beam instead of her standard fire or neutral move set. And maybe this wasn't the best idea to do 4-person, because it's been a while since I played Project M, even though for most other games, I probably would have given up during setup, because this took me like 30 minutes to finally get working, just due to a whole bunch of bugs. And then, because I'm playing with my GameCube controller, and the official one that they adapter that they had for the Wii U was not reading. Had to uninstall and reinstall that software multiple times. Builds didn't want to work, so I had to go ahead, uninstall, reinstall one of them. I also had to go ahead and reset up OBS. Not OBS. Am I using OBS? Wow, that's embarrassing. My recording software a couple times to get this to work. So It's funny because I'm not really paying attention, but I'm not doing terrible. But also, that's not really because of me, per se. Yeah, I just mainly also wanted to, again, PM has had such a special place in my heart in my adolescence that I thought it would be right. Kind of inspired this concept of me covering mods for people who are not familiar with my channel and they're seeing this as like a one-off. Yeah, I was mainly a PM player. I mean, I did play Melee, I did play Rivals, I did play... That was mainly it. I played tiny bit of Smash 4. But overall, yeah. It was always PM that was my main jam. And a lot of people that I played with were not in the same boat as I was. But, you know, people would still play with me because, you know, I play Melee with them where I play. Also, a lot of people weren't Rivals people. I was the main Rivals person. But it doesn't really matter. And the reason why I'm going to be showing off the other builds, besides because this is probably the only tournament legal one, it's just to show, one, what people have done, and it's a build that I kind of wish got continued, but the Legacy team, which I kind of mentioned earlier, stopped working on it. So that was a build that had some really fleshed out characters. And then the other one I'm going to cover is by a YouTuber modder named King Jigglypuff, who has been keeping Brawl and Project M modding alive. And I also thought about doing Brawl Minus as its own thing, but I think you guys can check it out. If people really want me to, I'll check it out in the future, but for now, see, I'm doing like all Smash February. I'm not really... I'm kind of burnt out from it, to be honest. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to cut this right here. Had to do even more testing to get this working because I didn't want to read the left and right trigger, but because I don't remember what I said before, because I had to take care of some other stuff, is... so the Legacy team went ahead, they added about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 8 or so characters. Waluigi and Ridley will not be covered in this portion because I'm pretty sure they were made by King Jigglypuff, who I'm playing his build next, and those are going to be updated versions compared to this, so there's no point of doing that. But we'll go ahead, and one thing I like is that they have the stages by generation. Also, that was another thing that I was running into, where I would select the stage, hopefully it doesn't happen, and it's just black. Oh, cool, it actually works this time. And you can already see, just from me throwing and everything I'm doing so far, that his moveset is a little different. Which I always thought was, you know, needed between the two Marios to justify. Although I'm still in the camp that Dr. Mario shouldn't just be a skin, and Paper Mario should have been the Mario clone if you're going that route, but apparently Sakurai knows better, which I don't actually think he does. I think at this point he should be leaving it to new people. Also, that's a long respawn on that. I mean, the Legacy team did disband a while ago, and I don't know if it was because A, they kind of feared what happened with the Project M team and Nintendo, if B, Nintendo contacted them as well, or C, if it was a situation where they didn't want to be disrespectful because they added a whole bunch of characters and then people immediately asked for Knuckles. I mean, I myself was one of those people because, you know, I liked Knuckles. I liked the way that he played. Like I said, when I played Legacy X, or Legacy, too many fucking builds of Project M, Project Plus, Legacy, all that stuff. There's too much. But when I was playing Project Plus, he was my main. So then I, you know, was so, you know, I was a kid back then. I did, oops. I couldn't accept that he was so close and just couldn't be done, and that happens in life. But if someone, you know, made a combination of the characters that were not carried over from this build and, you know, Project Plus balancing Knuckles and some of the, you know, King Jigglypuff stuff, who knows, maybe I would be willing to not only, like, show off that build and credit you, but maybe have you on the channel. Again, not saying anyone should do that, but if someone wanted to, if someone, you know, just thought that was a cool build idea and wanted to, you know, do that and then shoot it my way, even though I said I'd be done with Project M and all Smash games after that, I think I'd be willing to go ahead and make an exception to look it over and play it over with somebody. I mean, again, and there would be other characters that may or may not, you know, be interesting. Like, if there is a, if the Silver the Hedgehog build floating around in Brawl Vault is compatible. There was also another Pokemon that was really cool that was Project M compatible. I forgot which one it was. I think it was one of the electric ones, Zorora or something like that. I never knew its name proper, but that'd also be cool. You know, again, no big deal. Whoa. But yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna cover any of the duplicate characters because there's no point. I do like how, at least, again, I'm not a fan of the multiple links, but at least here they're trying to make them different. Like, it's a slingshot, you're seeing the dash attack is different. I think the boomerang also acts differently. But again, you can't make 100% brand new characters all the time. Well, maybe people can. I mean, people have done it. I mean, this version Young Link is pretty brand new from what I remember. I don't remember seeing any other build. But, you know, I digress. That this was a sick build. And unfortunately, like most things related to Project Plus, Project M, it eventually left. But, you know, I've contemplated before making a video when I was younger. When I was, like, I don't know, back when I was still playing Smash, like 17, 18, 19. I debated making, like, a video talking about, like, my perfect Smash game, but I never did because I wasn't doing YouTube back then. And now I don't care enough about Smash to really make that. Unless people were, like, really interested, but I don't think that's going to be the case because I feel like a majority of people watching this one are going to be one-offers because just like my Godzilla Save the Earth Melee video, that was a whole bunch of one-offers, but again, it's more to show that A, you know, people did some pretty cool things with Brawl, and B, if you want to, you can still get a hold of this in 2024 going on, or actually 2025. That's right, it's 2025. Still making that mistake. I don't know. I think, like, especially after COVID, but just like with some of the jobs I've had, like, time kind of really blends together to the point where it's kind of like I can't remember like what day of the week it is really, which is not great. Definitely don't need that in my life. I already have enough problems not being able to remember the day of the week. It should not be one of them, or like what month/year it is. Also, I do record these ahead of time still, but even then, like, because sometimes I have to record content because I don't know what's going to happen, especially with, like, Wednesday mods. For people who don't follow my channel, I also do collab games with people, with some of my friends, and sometimes people, you know, as in life, get busy, can't do things, so this also, you know, kind of helps relieve that pressure as well of not having to do last-minute recordings of just random bullshit. Alright, let's see. Next, we got Gino. We got... We'll put him against the Yoshmeister, I guess. We got Wario and Waluigi. Or we got Wario... Not... Fuck me. I cannot think. You know, I've had a very busy, long day today. It feels like it's been a century long. So we had Geno, Waluigi, Mage Ganon. Actually, we're not doing Waluigi. Scratch that. Geno, Mage Ganon. I might have to pick this up tomorrow. Alright, so now that we had a few hours, nights of rest, you know, had to, you know, reset up the whole controller, everything. We're going to try this again. Hopefully it actually works out this time. And I believe we were going to do the Dr. Mario stage.
3, 2, 1, go!
So, yeah, since yesterday to today, I mean, it's pretty early, but... Well, that's pretty cool that it goes, like, through walls. I remember Geno being an interesting character that I didn't really understand when I was first messing around with this, because I did play this at least 2.0 launch, for sure. He's got, like, a discus thing. I do... I mean, again, because it's not really aimed to be competitive, so I like the fact that it shows... I'm trying to remember what this one was. They may have actually changed this one. Yeah, because I don't remember this being able to be held down. Let's see, can we safely attack him through this? I mean, hypothetically, yes, but... I mean, Geno's kit is interesting. It doesn't... I don't know. Maybe because I'm not, like, a true projectile player in most fighting games. I'm not a ranged player. I'm usually, like, being up close and personal. So, that may be why it doesn't feel that great. But we got him. Doesn't matter. That was... that was a sound. It reminds me kind of Isaac's leaked one of his moves. I'm trying to remember which one it was, but I mean, that's been years since I've touched that build. And yeah, definitely not going back to it anytime soon. Oh yeah, his up B is a little short. But that's okay. Again, because it's not really aimed to be competitive. At least I don't think it was intended to, you know, have competition through the build. Although, if it's something that, if all these characters got updated and given the Knuckles treatment, I wouldn't be mad. I mean, again, it now just comes down to who do you have regulate what kind of characters would be able to come in? Because, like, Knuckles was one where it's like, okay, they got the approval from the PM dev team, so, and then, even then, they've had multiple balance patches for him. Well, not balance patches, but you know what I mean. So, how would you determine these characters that were not intended by the... I'm pretty sure most of these were considered at some point, but like none of them ever, you know, got fully realized, so. Now he's just a little toy. I never actually played Super Mario RPG. I might play the reboot when it comes around. I heard some things are great about it, some things are not. Honestly, I don't really care too much in the sense of, like, I don't have that base of comparison. So it's not like it really matters at the end of the day if it's, you know, close to vanilla. So I might play it at some point. I don't know when. If people who are watching this are interested in, you know, following the channel further and interested in seeing me play that. I mean, I'm not going to be disappointed if you're not, because, you know, it's not for everybody. You may not like my commentary. You may find it annoying. I don't know you. I don't know what you're interested in. So Phantom Ganon is one of the coolest builds I've seen, or characters I've seen. I mean, this is very much... I mean, maybe not to T how this is, but very much I would prefer this Ganon towards the Ganons we've ever gotten. even in Ultimate where they gave him kind of like the sword, it's still, you know, it's not the same. Like the fact that I don't even play Legend of Zelda, and I know his neutral B is a bit more canonical. And he has like a range grab, you know. It's stuff where it really changes his kit. You couldn't be a Ganon player, and, you know. So there's stuff that, like, just because I don't remember, like, doing what's it called, Tipman's? I think that's what his up air was called before, Tipman's boot or something. And some of this stuff does feel a little different from when I played. Like that definitely feels different. Sorry, I had to go outside for a few minutes this morning, and it's 15 degrees, so I am a little stuffy because I basically give myself no in-between. I don't... That is one thing I'm not crazy about, is how many different areas there are for the up B. Because, like, I get it's a mind game, but, like, no other teleport has that. It feels a little too extreme. And again, I think if I knew this build a little bit better... I mean, in theory it's cool. I don't know how viable this would be competitively. But again, I don't really play competitive anymore, so that's not really on me to really figure out. I think there's a third tier charge if Pit would let me get to it. 2... I know that's like a win box. He's going to taunt, right? Oh no, he's not going to taunt. Probably because he knew it took forever. I mean, there's a little bit of, even though I have proven that I kind of know my way around a Smash game, it still feels like I'm pressing buttons a little bit with Ganon. At least this form of Ganon. I mean, just because I like it more, because it's closer to, you know, his origins and not just being a really bad Captain Falcon clone, and I stand by that opinion. Doesn't mean it's good competitively, so there has to be that balance. And who knows, maybe if I, you know, spent more time with this version of Ganon and didn't have so much time with prior Ganon, I would feel differently, but that is not the case here. Yeah, that's the only issue I have with, like, range grabs, where there is a range where you just cannot grab people. Because, see, I'm struggling to see his kill moves right now. Whoa, he let me fully... Nope, he's not gonna let me fully charge. It also does take a long time. Let's see if we can even do it just... If there's gonna be like a different visual effect. So... There kinda is, but not really. I know some people also made Palutena on their backporting characters now. Which, I mean, it's kind of cool. Do I think that's necessary? Not really. Uh-oh. I didn't realize he had a float. That really fucked me. Oh, but now he'll taunt you, little punk-ass bitch. Oh, that one you can just hold down. I like how it slowly disperses. I mean, I still think it's too much initial, but again, we also didn't get a lot of balancing for this one. I mean, it stopped at 2.11. I'm guessing if this continued on, we would have got a better version of this. I don't know also if just Mage Ganon after this project continued to be worked on. There we go. Also, I love how he does like the float run and not, you know, boots the ground. Okay, so we got Metal Sonic. And who... Because one gets to face Sonic, one does not. Who gets to face Metal Sonic? You know what? We'll just do random for both. For both. We're going to do the reference skin. Let's see here. What kind of stage we want to play on. Let's do one of the extra stages. Whoops. You see, that threw me off. It looks like there's supposed to be another one, but there's not. We will do Ganon's Castle. And I remember for sure that Metal Sonic was based off of Wolf. I remember seeing this build pretty early on and seeing that. And you can feel it in some of the moves where it's like, okay, that makes sense. Metal had a pretty cool moveset from what I remember. I remember it being kind of broken. I don't know if it still is. And he has like a shine. If I can, you know, hit it. At least I thought it was a shine. He's got a suicide dive, kind of like some other characters. And I personally am not a fan of suicide dives, just because typically they feel kind of out of place, and then usually it's like an all-for-nothing move. Just, not that great. That was kind of cheap. Just like how that was kind of cheap. So I wonder... So it does do self-damage. I don't know what kind of hitbox it is, and like, that doesn't seem like a great move, because it seems like there needs to be a lot of setup. Again, not everything needs to be like super functional, but at the same time, that I don't know. I guess if you're like reading a hard reading a recovery, maybe. Typically they feel kind of out of place, and then usually it's like an all-for-nothing move. Just, not that great. Yeah, sorry, I'm feeling a little snotty right now. I can feel it in my throat. The mucus dripping, which is never fun. Oh, I like that song. Also, the problem with me playing Smash is post-me has to go ahead and commentate for past-me, who couldn't go ahead and think I was too focused on what was going on this screen. Yeah, overall, I mean, most of them, again, feel not incredibly out of place. I mean, still not the polish of like the rest of the cast, but I think you can't get that in just a couple of patches. I think that requires way more testing, because I mean, 3.6 took, you know, a whole bunch of updates to get to where it was, and even then it was still kind of flawed. And again, like I mentioned before, there are things I like better in P+, that fix from 3.6, but there's a lot of characters that I really learned and really liked in 3.6 that I just kind of fell out with in P+, just because they felt so different, and I didn't really want to make the change. Alright, so we got that done. Now, typically Shadow is regarded, out of this build, as one of the best feeling characters, and I kind of tend to agree. I think Shadow worked out very well for what was going on here. Also, we're going to go my favorite form of FD from a vanilla game. I know everyone loves melees, but I really like brawls a lot more. I don't know why I like brawls more, I just do. Yeah, I know people have talked about how, you know, given if only one character could become tournament viable from this build, it would have been probably in Shadow. But again, oh crap. I think there's a way to attack out of that. There has to be. Cool. I'm not going to throw this away. I'm going to take it really seriously. Also, I didn't even realize Ness has one of my favorite Ness costumes on. I think I said in one of the earlier Smash videos that I was contemplating doing post-commentary over everything, or maybe that was just a different video entirely. But, you know, looking back, maybe that was the play, but learning my lesson from Pit people, really don't want to do that. Just to show I'm not a total slob. I guess it could be using that to snipe his projectile, or his DK, if I need it. The good thing about getting Smash out of the way is there's no other games I'm going to go like super try hard in, except for like maybe Halo, but that's not going to be a big deal, really. Yeah, and I'm sorry this is not like a moveset breakdown, but I think there are other, you know, other channels have went ahead broken this down, and I think if people are interested, you guys yourselves can go ahead and break it down. Because again, it's not like this is really like tournament viable. Can't believe I missed both of those. Yeah, doing commentary while focusing is not easy, and people who play competitively and can commentate like at the same time, like streamers, all the respect to them, because yeah, that shit definitely is not easy to do. Yeah, overall, like I said, if I got to have, you know, build with these characters in it, that'd be super awesome. I wonder if anyone has really updated the Shadow build at all, or the Shadow PSA balancing. That felt pretty easy, and then we got last but not least Lucina, and when I did play Smash 4, that was the skin I always played with her, so let's see. We will go against Ganondorf, because why not? What was the skin I usually use for Ganon? Usually it was that one. I don't know why I like the red on red so much. Like, I like it on a couple characters, like Roy and Ganon. There's probably some other ones. I don't know. Something just feels pretty cool about it. Pretty cool about it. So, let's see. You know what? Sure. Why not? Keep it with a more simple stage. I don't know what the X variant is, so we're going to try that. Or I guess we're not getting the X variant. Just screw me, I guess. I do like how Lucina is a little bit different here. The moveset feels a little too different, but still, I mean, we already had how many clones of Marth, so to have them at least differentiate is nice. And again, she also feels a little over the top, but it's still good. Meaning, like, her combo, her kit, I don't feel like I kind of have an idea of like how to kill people and stuff. I do like how it's the brawl shield breaker, because she had that. Like, one of the big things here is that her kit feels so different, but it's almost to the point where it's out of place, but it's not bad. I just hate Marth, to be honest. I always have, always will. Yeah, Lucina feels very easy to combo with, which is very nice because, again, it's not a competitive character, but you can still, you know, do things. Because that was like my major problem with Beyond Melee, where there were some characters where it just felt very incomplete. It's like, okay, I don't understand these characters too well, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like anything really flows together unless I spend like a ton of time with it. Versus here, where it feels at least natural as someone who's, you know, played a decent amount of Smash. Because, you know, with the amount of hours I've had in Melee and Project M and stuff like that, and Beyond Melee, I shouldn't feel like I'm struggling so much to understand how characters really work. Was it this game where she can put the mask on? Or was... Because I know there was a mod where... there was a Lucina mod where she would be able to put the mask on and off. I don't know if that was like a Smash 4 thing or if that was here. And just like that, boom. we are done. So I'm going to go ahead. We are going to move on. Alright, and now time for the final build where we are going to be tackling the Meister. We are going to be going ahead. We are going to be tackling Septile. We also got Ridley, and I think that's it. Let me double check here. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's going to be it. So let's go ahead and let's start with the Meister himself. I am digging the, you know, the jacket there. You know, we got two people just living their, you know, day-to-day jobs. So let's go a Temple of Time to, you know, take care of this. Because, I mean, Waluigi definitely looks like he can never be here. So that's why I want him to be here. And from what I played, because I did need to test this build, Waluigi does feel pretty... I mean, there's a difference between his... Legacy XP and this form, because I mean they are different forms of the character, but overall it still feels good. I mean, a little whack, but you know, that's what you expect with a Waluigi like character. So let's just go ahead and make sure that we can you know, not embarrass ourselves here. The Wa is a nice, has a nice win box, although I don't really see it for too much other use. The side B is actually really good. That is not going to last. There we go. Because if you go ahead and hold back, you can just immediately grab ledge, which is actually a really nice tool that in competitive is very useful. I still don't understand his down B too much, but that's because I, again, haven't played. So I'm guessing it depends on the action that you take will determine the next move, which is kind of interesting. I don't know how much I really like it. I mean, it's kind of like a sword stance from any of the Marth clones. But I don't know how... And I guess it's a reference to the Dance Dance Revolution, but just having that, like, down smash, I think would be enough. I don't know what I would want to replace it. Maybe, like, a projectile. Because I think in one form, he had, like, a tennis ball that he would, like, launch, which I think would be helpful. Like, if you had the down B, get rid of the down B, have his current neutral B, which is the Wa, be his new down B, and then you have, like, a tennis ball neutral B, where depending on how long you hold it is how far it goes. Personally, that's what I would like, but again, I don't make this build. I'm not King Jigglypuff. I don't have any relation to him. I'm not gonna tell him what to do. This is just my personal opinion, because you know, people are allowed to have their own personal opinions. That should always be okay. Even if you don't agree with somebody, they're allowed. Someone said perfectly, where I'm trying to remember who said it. It was like a celebrity or something, and they said everyone has the right to be wrong. Where it's kind of like, yeah, sure, you may not agree, but like, you know, people can still have a opinion. And I am definitely not losing to Luigi here. There we go. I do like the taunts though. The taunts feel very in character. Also, just Project M problem. I hate how Luigi will just short hop in the middle of the stage. It's so stupid. Yeah, overall, would I like Legacy, or not Legacy? See, there's too many damn builds, and it's going to keep happening, especially because I don't play as often as I used to. If P Plus ended up adding Waluigi, would I be upset? No. I mean, granted, I don't play competitively, so... But I think there would be potential. I definitely don't want to die to Waluigi throwing out, or to Luigi throwing out random crap. Oh, thank God, that did not kill. I was going to be very mad. We got him. Let's go. Not having to, you know, be upset with myself and having to replay that match, because I think this video will be long enough as is. Gonna go ahead and play Ridley next. And I tried this skin, it just doesn't read well. I don't know if it's because I don't have HD skins enabled. Wow, Ridley has a lot of skins. And we're just going to put him against one of the alloys, because the alloys, I tried playing one of them, they don't feel good, so I'm not going to go over it, but in case you still want to see it, I will go ahead and I will do so. Ridley is kind of a monster. From what I remember, I mean, granted, it's a different game, but I like this moveset for Ridley a bit more than I do his ultimate, because, I mean, I guess I did technically play Ultimate Day 1, because, hung out with some people that were playing, and the only character I ended up really playing was King K. Rool, but one of the guys ended up playing, one of my friends ended up playing Ridley, and he enjoyed it, so, granted, he never played, he was not a Smash player, so, it's not like he played this, or, and it's not like, you know, he took it very seriously. So it looks like they did make, King Jigglypuff did make some differences between, like, the base character and, you know, the alloy. But again, that's not really, like, my thing. Meaning, like, I get that Alloy was, like, a cool project for him, and he enjoyed doing it, just, it's not what I really care about. Especially because, like, I wouldn't, like, I never was like, yes, so let's play as, like, an Alloy. It's just kind of like, oh, okay. Like, I would have never thought about it, and if I was a modder, I would have never even wasted my time on it, but, again, different people, different priorities, different things that they enjoy.
Yeah, and going back, no ill will towards anyone that thinks the alloys are cool and they like that mod. Just, you know, not my cup of tea. And I'm going to voice my opinions because, you know, I can.
Also, if you have, like, audio very loud, that taunt can, especially if you're playing with headphones, like if you're playing on Dolphin like I am, are you kidding me? Can be a little bit of... I don't think people are allowed to say that anymore, but I mean, that's definitely what was called for the longest time, because that's very much what it was. I don't know if there's a more politically correct term, and I'm not really worried about learning it, to be honest. Because you're not saying it, I'm not saying it often, and I'm not going around, like, saying it, so... I mean, everyone knows what I'm talking about. I'm not intending for it to be offensive, but, I mean, that's what it is. It's unwanted penetration of the ears via sound. So it's not like it's exactly, like, you know, completely incorrect to say, but, you know, some people are going to get upset about whatever someone says anyways, so I'm not going to really worry about it. Last but not least, we have Sceptile, and I did try playing Sceptile earlier, and I wasn't really understanding the character. I don't know if that's just me, or, Armor Mewtwo's are always sick. So let's go ahead and let's see what other stage that, because there was a, I think this one's kind of the same, right? We'll do Subspace. Yeah, I originally I actually got this build just for Sceptile, and I think I mentioned, I thought I was going to make a custom build, and this would have been a great way to do it, because P plus EX allows for additional characters if you can get the files down and you understand all that stuff. I was like, do I really want to make a whole custom build that I'm probably never going to play again just for one video? No. It wasn't worth it. I don't know what... I know this is supposed to be extreme speed, but I don't really know what the point of it is. Like, because I don't think it has an attack hitbox. I do like the stage, though. I'm not used to this stage, but I kind of like that it constantly transforms, like, throughout. Also, it does not seem like Sceptile has a moonwalk. Or if it does, it's not a very good one. And I know there's like an additional part, because there's just that, and then there's that. And I just spammed B or special, whatever you want to call it, to do that. So I don't know if that's exactly how it's intended, or if it's just like press any button during any attack button, or if it's specifically the special, or if you have to press it a certain amount of times, or it's a certain spot, like a certain frame, certain animation. I don't know. But let's see. And I don't understand that. Oh, that's what that does. Because I could not get that to work at all when I was playing, but luckily that did not kill me. I mean, I think out of all the Pokemon starters that could be added, besides Decidueye, I think Sceptile is a good pick. And with that, we are done. I get to go ahead, I get to install all these builds, give some room back to my PC. But yeah, if you saw any of these builds, you're interested in them, go ahead, check them out. I could link them down in the description below. But if you're new to this channel and you like my rambling, you want to see what else I have, go on ahead, you know. And if you didn't, oh well, that's, you know, your prerogative. But regardless, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.